I hate
tolerable.
regular peeps, yo. I hate them. Them regular peeps.
These are tolerable.
See, I'm above the regular peeps. Welcome, everybody, to this sad episode of the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie. Was I supposed to say it sad?
I mean, like, you know, this is why we were talking earlier, and I was like, hey, let's sort of plan out the show a little bit, because we sort of know, like, the big topic.
That's not my style.
Going into this.
That's not how I roll.
And now you see what happens when you roll on your own without me. I'm over here rolling in one direction, and you're rolling in another. And I'm Bob. And this is episode 141, Death Jetta, the final chapter.
I feel like we should insert taps here.
What if we insert it like, you know what? You're right. Let's all take a moment of silence for the Death Jetta, please. You know what I was thinking? We literally just sat there for a minute being quiet, and I could just edit the space into there. We really didn't have to sit there. And we were sitting
That's not my style, Bob. That's not how I roll. I'm authentic like that.
We legitimately just took a moment of silence.
We did.
The Death Jetta.
It was a sad day seeing the Death Jetta on its final victory lap. It was sad.
So how do we, is this, you know what? We're not going to start there. We're not going to start. The Death Jetta story, we're going to save that to the end.
I want to eat these peeps.
And everybody's brain just went, what? Nobody understands what just happened. We're going to do the Death Jetta story at the end, but the way we're going to kick this off is we got some peeps with us tonight. Do you want to introduce these peeps? Huh? Let's one at a time. Why don't you introduce the peeps that are with us tonight?
Well, this one is birthday cake.
Right on.
This one is cotton candy.
Cotton candy, girl, you looking good.
This one is sour watermelon.
You know, you got a little sour in life. Make it exciting.
It's even green on the outside and pink on the inside.
Ooh,
you know, like a watermelon.
Did you do that on purpose? Oh, you're talking about watermelon? Okay. Sorry. That was
me, Bob.
Really over the line. I apologize for you people that allow children to listen to our show. Woo.
And last but not least, the flavor we all associate with Easter time peeps, fruit punch.
Fruit punch, you nasty.
So
what are we doing? What brought, this was your idea. So what's happening?
It was because everybody seems to think it's really funny when we eat nasty stuff.
Okay.
I'm hoping that this is going to go way better than like the Beanie Weenie popsicles. Just saying that makes my stomach go, ooh. Like, I feel a little bit sick right now.
I still, to this day, regret how we had to end that episode. Like,
Everybody's
I was really hoping that we could talk afterwards. And
oh, heck no.
I hit the stop button. I was like, I'm going downstairs
too traumatizing
to throw up in the sink. Yeah, it was really bad.
It was rough.
We should listen to that. I haven't listened to that since we put it up.
So it's that time of year, Easter time, and peeps, you know, the marshmallow peeps, the chicks or the bunnies. I personally think they are disgusting.
Peeps?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You know, the traditional yellow, blue, and pink.
You ever see them when you put them in the microwave?
Yes.
That's fun.
That's the only thing they're good for.
Oh, can we microwave one of these guys?
Heck yes, we can.
Yes. All right.
But anyway, I've seen some really funky...
What if our kids come downstairs and we are microwaving peeps?
Oh my God, it would be horrible.
It would start.
Riley climbed inside the dryer today.
Yeah.
So yes.
We got to shut that down. We
don't need to give them any ideas. How he even thought about that, I have no idea, but I freaked out.
Yeah.
I was like, do not get in the dryer.
You know what we got to do? We're going to have to buy some of those shed knobs, I think, for the pantry here with the food and that room. The washroom? The laundry room? I forgot what it was called.
The room you never use? Yeah. I feel like I spent half my life in that little itty-bitty room.
I told you about the peanut butter, right? I walked into the bathroom over here, the half bath, and I opened the bathroom and I walked in. There's a jar of peanut butter on the back of the toilet. And I was like, well, that's odd. So I opened it because as a parent, you're like, you need
have to
inspect
open
things.
it. Yeah.
So I open it, and you can tell where a little tiny finger had to have gone like all the way to the webbing of the finger, and just scooped peanut butter.
3 knuckles deep.
Why are you being like this tonight?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Oh, sorry, it's my mind. My mind's in the
Yes,
gutter.
I did.
Okay, that's my fault.
You're the one
That's my
who's
fault.
being any kind of way.
You're right. I thought you meant something else, and that was me. I read it the wrong way. My bad.
Jeez.
My bad. But yeah, and then I was like, oh wow. Now I told this story to a lady I work with, and she goes, "Oh, you threw it away, right?" And I went, "No, what are you talking about? It's peanut butter.
Perfectly good peanut butter.
That bathroom peanut butter is delicious." I put it right back in that pantry because I ain't made out of money. I ain't gonna be buying new food every time these kids stick their fingers in it, because they do it constantly. We're trying to make dinner. There's food on the counter. We're chopping, the veggies up, and you all right? You gonna make it? I'm good, huh? That's why you stick around with me, because I make you laugh.
Hang on.
So we got the food all over the counter, and they come up there and they just stick their fingers in it, constantly sticking their fingers in food. So no,
That's how they discovered that they like to eat raw onions.
Yeah. Like
My
your
grandpa.
Oh,
my
wow,
grandpa
that was weird.
used to eat raw onions. I can't do it. I tried because I saw my grandpa do it, and I was like, man, he makes that look so good. Nope.
No?
Nope.
All right, let's do this. Let's try these peeps out. So tell me what I'm having.
So I figured we could start with the birthday cake and cotton candy ones because, I mean, after all, they are made out of marshmallows, so those ones are less weird.
I think those ones actually are not the less weird ones for me. Everybody looks at me as a fat guy and they automatically assume, oh, look at him. He's fat. You know, he likes cake. And that's really not the case. I'm not a big cake fan. I don't, I'll eat it.
No, I mean, just the flavors are less weird considering what they are. I mean, it is marshmallows.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you say cake flavored, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, but it's cake and marshmallow kind of goes hand in hand.
I guess. Okay. I'm all turned around. You know what? I don't want to argue about it.
Marshmallow and fruit punch doesn't really go hand in hand.
Yes, but fruit punch sounds so much more
I'm
delicious than cake.
I'm not saying that they won't be good.
I'm not going to sit here and be berated by you over some peeps.
You need to slow your roll. Which one do you want to try first, the pink or the white?
Okay. Ooh, that one's brown.
All right, we're doing the white.
The white? Okay.
Okay, the white is birthday cake flavor. So I'm hoping that maybe this will be an improvement over the original Peep flavor, whatever. It's like sugar coated in crystallized sugar.
Can I just interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
I think these Peeps might be racist.
Why?
Tell me what that looks like to you.
It looks like a Peep.
That looks like the hood of a KKK member.
Oh my gosh.
You see it now, don't you? Now you can't take it away. Look at that.
You are in rare form this evening.
Okay.
But look how pretty those sprinkles are. So it's birthday cake flavored and it's white and it has blue, green, yellow, and pink sprinkles, like the crystallized sprinkles.
The bottom of it looks
really
like the bottom of a foot. All right, so let's try this KKK foot candy and let's see.
Oh, look, mine does look like the bottom of a foot.
I told you, it looks like the bottom of like a flip-flop.
Look, it's like toes right there.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, real quick. Oh, wait. Hang on. Get some pictures real quick. No, we're not going to. It's not a drink. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You can cheers.
No, get some pictures real quick so we can put that in the email. We're sitting here talking about what it looks like. I'm going to let you take the pictures.
Can I use your phone? I don't have my phone.
Mm-hmm. You making it pretty? Look at you. Okay, take some pictures. We're going to put these in the email for this episode.
When we get that Red Bull can in there. Oh,
sorry. Let's get that out of there. We can't have name brand stuff. It's a professional photographer at work. Make sure you get the head of the white one right here so everybody sees what I'm talking about. And then get us a foot picture.
Flip it over the other way.
What, like this?
Yeah, okay. That looks like the toes right there.
There we go. The bottom of this peep looks like a foot. Let's see it.
It was like cute little foot.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. You guys got to see these pictures. All you got to do is go to our Facebook page. Pinned at the top is how you sign up for the email. We actually said we were going to send one out 3 weeks ago, and we never did it. So you're not getting bombarded with emails from us. We will not sell your information because I don't know how. I just don't know how to do it. I'm sure if I could figure out a way to make millions of dollars selling your email, I might do it in a heartbeat. But I tell you what, I don't know how to do it. So you're safe. But we will put these pictures in this email. You're in charge of the emails now. You don't necessarily have to do it, but you have to make sure I do it. So when they don't get sent out, that's on Katie.
Gotcha.
Okay, back to this racist
Birthday
ghost
cake.
foot looking. Okay, are we just doing it at the same time? Or
cheers.
Okay. All right.
Oh my god, it's like so much sugar. It's like,
This tastes like if you took a marshmallow and just rolled it in sugar.
that's all it tastes is sugar. It's like fluffy sugar and
Can I eat the rest of it?
crunchy sugar.
I'm going all in. Dude, we're cheating on a diet. If we cheat, I'm a really cheat. It's really gonna happen.
It tasted kind of vanilla-y right whenever like
Vanilla-y?
yeah.
Okay.
It tasted like vanilla there at the very end.
Well,
So let's do the cotton candy one. So not so strange considering it's a marshmallow. It tasted like just sugar, like a marshmallow does.
all right.
This one's cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
It's really pretty too. Light pink with blue sprinkles.
Can I ask you, are we really gonna like describe every single peep to these poor listeners?
I think I've been watching too many of those videos that the kids like. They watch like people play with toys on YouTube.
It's so
and I
weird. You
hate
got to
it.
stop letting them do that, man.
I hate it
it's
so much.
ridiculous. All right, here we go. Cotton
Oh my
candy.
gosh, it smells like cotton candy.
Let's do it. You really got to get in the mic and let them hear it. Yeah. There we go.
It's like,
It has absolutely no taste.
I think it tastes like cotton candy, but like much more dense
Dense?
and like
yeah.
chewy.
Yeah.
I like cotton candy just so. Okay, which one? We have fruit punch left and sour watermelon, which I think are going to be.
I want to do the sour watermelon last.
So I have to say, first of all, the first two, I hate regular peeps, and these two were. They were
I hate regular
tolerable.
peeps, yo. I hate them. Them regular peeps.
these are
See, I'm
tolerable.
above the regular peeps. I'm like the podcast peeps.
You gotta like lick my lips, and it's just like sugar. It's so much sugar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't eat sugar. So like this is sugar. We're going to, here
It's
in a
like
little
multiple types of sugar.
we're going to pass out on the floor. Like our kids are going to wake up and be like, Mommy, Daddy, what's going on? And we're just going to be in like a sugar
It
coma.
was the peeps. So you pick which one you want to do next.
I want to do the sour watermelon last.
Okay, so you want to do fruit punch?
Yes. All right, fruit punch.
I'm nervous about this one.
Let's do it. Go.
So
Thoughts?
nasty. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so freaking gross.
It's the best one. This is my favorite so far. Oh, you give me that half. We ain't.
It's so
Are you kidding me? No, this is, oh God. I'm eating yours too. Oh, this is the best one. Don't you spit it out. Don't you spit it out. You better swallow it. Nope.
Oh man.
My favorite one so far. Oh my goodness. No.
It was like solidified fruit punch.
No, the fruit punch one, that's the heat.
Like the flavor of the fruit punch was not bad. It was just wow. Wow. So what's left? Sour watermelon.
Sour watermelon.
This one, it smells really strong like sour watermelon.
This one has a teardrop.
Doesn't that mean like you killed somebody?
I think this is the. Okay, get the camera back out. We have to send the picture of the murderous peep. This peep going to jail. All right, and we're gonna add that one in.
I know they had some other weird flavors. In fact, Megan and Morgan's kids, they got some pancakes and syrup flavored ones, and I was actually going to get those for us to try too. And they were sold out
That sounds gross.
whenever I went to get these. So yeah. So I don't even know. I don't know if there's more flavors. If I find more, I'll get them.
I mean, I'm all about cheating on the diet, so if you find some more, yeah, we'll do it every time.
My
You
stomach's
hear
kinda
that, guys? Listeners, This is probably boring to listen to two grown adults just eat Peeps, but you know
Probably.
what? If this gives me an excuse to put some sugar and carbs in me, oh boy, I'm on it. Let's do it. Sour watermelon. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh my gosh, that's the best one.
It's really sour,
Yes.
but like so sweet at the same time.
Love it. This is how I got fat right here,
That
boy.
is so weird.
Oh, it's amazing. That's the best one.
That's so weird.
It's so sad that the kids aren't going to get to try that.
Why?
Because I'm going to eat that whole pack tonight. I'm telling you.
They're going to they'll love any of these because it's sugar. Kids love anything. They don't care what it tastes like, what flavor it is, as long as it tastes like sugar.
Just save them all them halves that you ain't eat. Put them in a Ziploc bag.
Ew. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be. Those, overall, even the nastiest one, I still think is way better than regular Peeps.
How about let's roll into our week? Because boy, oh boy, did we have one. You want to start with your doctor stuff? That was pretty intense.
So 2 weeks ago, I had a mammogram, and I think we talked about that, right? I think we recorded.
I know we
that
talked
night.
about we talked about pap smears for sure.
We did talk about the mammogram.
Okay, yeah, you had a mammogram. Whatever. Let's move on.
Oh no, it was messing me up. Okay. So I got a call back about my mammogram, and they're like, we need you to come back in, which I of course didn't expect,
Yeah.
I'm 35. The only reason I was going is because of my family history. And I was like, what? And they tried to say, if this was your first one, we don't have anything to compare it to. We just need to take a closer look at some areas, and it's really common. I was like, okay. Well, later that day, my actual doctor's office, not the radiology office, doctor's office called, and they're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 same thing. But she told me that they thought they saw something in my right lymph node. And I was like, oh, well, that's a whole different story than, oh, this is just common and routine. So
So you got lied to.
I don't know. I'm sure it's a lot in how I took it. I mean, I think you freak out a little bit naturally, even if they're like, it's nothing to worry about. You freak out. In this day and age, when so many women have breast cancer and issues like that, you freak out when they're like, we need you to come back. We need to take a better look. So my appointment was for 1 week later. So for that whole time, oh my gosh, I was in agony, trying not to think about it, but you can't really help it.
Right.
And yeah, having thoughts about like, oh my God, what if I die? And
One of the problems that we have in our day-to-day life is because of the death Jetta, we've been down to one car.
yeah,
Because the poor girl broke her leg and, it was inching towards us having to put old Yeller down, So when I go to work, you're basically trapped here because we only have one car. And I work in other states. So like I'm gone all day. Well, when we got this news, my first, I didn't react the same way you did. I'm a procrastinator. So in my mind, I went, nah, she's good. She's good. She's good. I mean, like I was worried, but I was like, nah, we're going to do this next doctor's appointment. They're going to be like, oh, we just saw like there was some leftover raisin something on some lady came in and she had raisins on her boobs and it stuck on the screen apparently. Whatever made them see something. I just, in my mind, I was like, it can't be real. Like this is not happening. But then I started thinking, you don't think the same way that I do. What do I need to do to help comfort her?
that's very sweet.
So I was like, hey, let's go buy a car. Right? Let's do that thing because I got to have it for work.
It certainly took my mind off of things.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
The whole car buying process, I hate it. It's not fun.
No.
I mean, maybe because we don't have lots of money. I don't know. Maybe it's different for people like when you have tons of money. I don't know.
Not only do we not have lots of money, we don't even have little amounts of money. Like
None of the monies.
We're right in between no money and a little bit of money. Every now and then we reach up and we can touch some of that little bit of money and we pull it in for just a short period of time. Just a small, be like, hey, we're getting them name brand Oreos tonight. Not them great value twists.
That's really what they're called.
I know it's what they're called because we get them.
They're not bad, though.
No, they're not bad.
The chocolate chip cookies aren't too bad either.
No. You know, if we knew we were going to cheat on our diet tonight, we so should have bought Oreos.
Right?
Absolutely, 100%. Now, not having these tons of funds, you like that? Tons of funds. I had a plan. I had an idea of what I could afford. And, you know, I wanted a Honda Civic because we've gone through so much with vehicles. I knew if I had to work on it, parts would be everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a very common car. That was the plan. So we went to the Honda dealership and I said, excuse me, Mr. Car Salesman, this is what I can afford a month, even though I really can't, but it's what we have to do. And this is the kind of car I want. I know because I don't have a lot of money that we're going to use car. So don't go out there and pick me out the $27,000 2020 Honda Civic. No, just go find me one of them old ones over there. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, the only used ones they had were like a year old.
Yeah.
One was like 2 years old. And out of our price range, especially
but you
for
know
a
what?
work car.
He didn't seem to think that mattered.
No.
Not one
No, because that car salesman, he don't care about your monthly bills.
No.
He doesn't care. All he cares is that you sign those papers and drive off that lot with that car.
That's right. That's it.
And he was like, I mean, whenever they had no leg left to stand on, it was, but I care about you and you're being in a really more reliable vehicle, you know, because it's newer. And I was like, okay, sure. Even though we just met today, I'm sure you care that much.
I'm actually glad I came here today so that I could find a new person in my life to care for me just a little bit. Then he made a comment because it was getting late. It was like 7:45, right? And he goes, well, you know, at this point, maybe you guys should think about it because if you picked out a car right now anyways, we'd be here till 10 o'clock. And I think we were both done anyways.
Yeah, I was over it.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let's go. And then you said, hey, why don't we stop by the dealership where we bought the Flex and just take a peek?
Yeah, just see what they have. Because they were about to close anyway.
Yeah, so we rolled up at like 7:57.
It was 7:57 when we parked the car, yeah.
And my thought was, with it being 3 minutes to close, I thought we were going to be able to park and just sort of walk around and look at the cars without anybody there. I don't really know if you're allowed to do that, but we were just going to kind of shop the cars and then come back another day and, you know. Well, that was not the case. When we pulled up at 7:57, there were 6 car salesmen on, like, the walkway. 3 minutes to close, we parked the car, and one of them just come walking towards us like, hey, how's it going? And I'll be danged if he didn't stay there with us until 11 o'clock that night.
I'd be daggone if he didn't sell you a car.
He did. He sold the crap out of a car to me.
He said, I'm not here to sell you a car. I'm here to help you buy a car.
And I was like, oh, yes, you are. You're going to help me buy this car. Now, we told him the same spiel as the other guy. He responded in a way that was so out of what I thought would happen that it took me by surprise, and I probably answered it in a way that I normally wouldn't have. And that was, you know what? There's a car that they're taking the bumper off of because it got hit or something. I think it's perfect for you. Let's go take a look. So
yeah, they had to they had to track down keys to because this place was locked up.
It wasn't, they didn't break into some other business. That's not the case.
No, it was
they owned the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in their shop.
Now,
like, Bob, this is sounding awfully fishy.
I know. We get in this truck and go start going
Where
to
exactly do you buy your cars from?
I don't want to say the name of the place. Because honestly, I don't know that I'm going to go back. And I'm not big on trying to bash businesses or anything like that. So we go, and I was completely surprised at my feelings about this car that we saw, because I have a very specific type of car that I want. I'm super picky. So picky. Yeah.
We walked in, and I saw, when he pointed to it, I saw that it was blue. And I mean, not like navy. It was blue.
Yeah, this car is blue. It's all kinds of blue.
So all the blue.
Yeah, it has all the blues.
And I was like, dang,
painted all over it.
He's going to hate it because it's blue. He's going to turn it down just because of this color. And you walked around it for a minute and you didn't say anything. Yeah. And I was like, and me and old Austin, we were looking at each other and I was like.
Austin's a salesman.
And I was like, so what do you think? And you were like, I think I love it. And I was like, well, hot diggity.
I saw the look on your face when I said that.
Yeah, I was shocked. I think me and Austin looked at each other like, oh my Lord.
And this is where it got to a place I'd never been before when I bought a vehicle. Obviously, I wanted to sit in it, right? Have you ever like driven somebody else's car and you sit in the driver's seat and you're like,
it doesn't have your butt imprint.
Yeah,
don't
this
feel
is
right.
This is not home. This is not home at all.
No other spot in the world feels as like conformed to your body.
Yeah, as the driver's seat of your car.
Your car.
Well, apparently the person who owned this car before me didn't have a butt either because mine slipped in there just perfectly. I sat in it and it was weird. I was like, it feels like I've been in this car before. Like I didn't feel out of place. So much so that I was sitting there going,
we buy cars based off of deja vu.
Yeah. I was just like, this is weird.
Like I can't test drive it, but it just feels right.
Yeah. I looked up and I was like, I'll take it. I didn't even test drive it. Now, the reason that I was okay with not test driving the car is because the dealership that we're at is a very big dealership. And I know they're not going to, they're not going to screw us. I thought.
We hope.
We hope, maybe. Now, we get back into the main part where people are at now. And by people, I mean just us, because everybody's gone except us, our car salesman, the financial manager, and then the notary guy. Like, they are ready. They're like, okay, we're going to pass these people from person to person to person, get that money, and get on out of here. So we stayed till what?
We were
10 o'clock?
we were signing papers at 10:30 at night.
Now, this is where the title of the episode comes from. I was sitting there and I thought to myself, what if I trade in the Jetta? I'm sure they'll give me something. So I mentioned it. I was like, hey, I have a Volkswagen Jetta. Everything's broken. Everything. It's broken. The car is broke, but it drives. Can you guys give me some money off for it? And he goes, oh, absolutely. And he took a bunch of information about the car, wanted to know how many miles were on it. We told him the miles and he goes, oh. And the guy up there was like, yeah, for sure.
Did we even, I don't even think we talked about taking it to the Volkswagen dealership.
That's where we're going to go next. So they offered us $300. They were going to take $300 off the price of the new car.
And the Jetta's in such bad shape. We're like, really?
300? Holy crap.
That much? Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
I was like, yeah, absolutely. Now, a lot of people would go, you could sell it for more than that. Yeah, I could get 700 for it. Maybe 1,000 if I work real hard. But here's the thing. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time. I don't have time to put into it to try to sell it. I just don't have time. But there's another reason that I'm like, let's just get rid of it. Now, we had the issue a year or so ago where it leaked oil real bad. Your brother helped me take the engine apart. Your brother took the engine apart.
Yeah, he dismantled the entire car and put it back together. The problem is there was a check engine light and we couldn't get it to go away. And where we live, we have emissions testing, so that car would not pass an inspection and I couldn't drive it. That's why it's been parked for a year. Well, just a couple months ago, where we live, they got rid of the emissions laws, which means if the car has tread on the tires, the horn works, the windshield wipers works, and it's got glass. And headlights.
Yeah, and headlights. Then you can drive the car, I think it should be that way. The problem is we let the car sit over there for a real long time, not do anything with it, and it didn't quite work that good.
To say the least.
Yeah, so turned it on, it cranked. That was a plus. I had to buy a battery for it.
I can't believe it cranked up.
Yeah. I had to buy a new battery for it. This thing would go from 0 to 45 in 4 minutes. I don't know what happened, but there was no horsepower on the bottom of that engine. Once you got up over 45, it did fine. It did great, but it was real bad off. I mean, this car was real bad off. But we knew that. It had
6 lights on.
Oh, on the dash? Every light on the dash was on. There was that many things on this car.
I didn't even know you could have that many lights light up on your dash like that.
But the sunroof worked. I fixed the sunroof.
The sunroof did work amazingly enough, because that's the first thing that breaks.
Well, I wanted to keep the Jetta for my work because I was like, oh, instead of having a car payment, let's just take that money and just put into it and make the car better and work on it. And like, I really love the Jetta.
It was a good idea in theory. It was, but the old girl was too far gone.
Well, this is what happened. We took the Jetta to a Volkswagen dealership to have two things done. One, we wanted to have a diagnostics test ran on it. That way we could get a printout, that's 100 pages long of everything that's wrong with the car, and we can start whittling away at it. Two, we needed them to bleed the transmission fluid and put new fluid in it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You know what? Let's just not even get into it yet.
Add transmission fluid.
Yeah, working on a Volkswagen is not a fun thing. Now, because of my job, I couldn't get up there to drop the car off during business hours, so we had to do a night drop. We dropped the car off, and I was like, awesome, this is happening. We're going to get the Jetta back on the road. I'm super excited. I love this car. I don't know why I love that car.
We made it there, and you park the car, and you get out. You go to drop the key in the night drop box, and you're like, hey, come here, look at this. And there's antifreeze pouring out of the radiator. It's like a river in the parking lot. It's just flowing out.
And I'm like, oops, I guess we did put all the hoses back together.
I was like, oh boy, these people are in for a treat. So I was on pins and needles waiting for that phone call the next morning when somebody got there to go check it out.
Yeah, it's been like somebody dropped a garbage car off in the parking lot.
I feel so bad for the poor soul that had to go out there and go, oh my God.
What?
They want us to do what?
So I knew they opened up at 7, and by like 9 o'clock, I was like, okay, I'm going to give them a call and just see what's happening, what's fresh, what the deal is. And I talked to the guy, and his name was Mike. Now, Mike used to have one of these cars. He used to race them, loved them. He was excited that I was bringing it up there. Because, it's a really awesome car. And he goes, hey, Bob, so this is what's going on with the car. We're not going to do any of those things. and I go, wait, what? He goes, well, your car is kind of like Frankenstein. It's been taken apart and put together, and things are in the wrong places, and there's a lot wrong with this car. And I was like, yeah, that's why.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I want you to run the diagnostic test on it. And he goes, well, the problem is the car is in such bad shape that we don't feel that our computer system would be able to correctly identify the issues. And I was like, oh.
Well.
I said, well, that's fine. I was like, look, here's the deal anyways. The two main things that I wanted to do, which one I'll just have to figure out, I guess, is the horsepower on the bottom end of the motor is not there. I think we might have like a hose hooked up wrong or something, I said, but I still need you guys to bleed the transmission fluid and change it. He goes, yeah, we're not going to do that either. And I said, well, I don't need you to work on anything. Just put transmission fluid in. He goes, well, our fear, Bob, is we would put it on our machine, and when it got off, it wouldn't work anymore. And then we would be liable for your vehicle. And I said, so what are you saying? And he goes, you should come pick the car back up. I was like, you guys won't work on it? And he goes, no, I'm sorry. Now, I took it
That's got to be a bad sign.
I took it to the certified Volkswagen dealership. I didn't take it to Joe's Auto.
No.
Volkswagen was like, you should get another Volkswagen. Not that one. That's a
throw that one in the garbage.
That's a death trap. And I would be like, that's funny. We actually call it the Death Jetta. Now, going back to the other dealership, where we dropped the car off was like a mile away. So we had to drive. When we took the Jetta up there to drop it off, we had to drive, 20 miles? And it was a nerve-wracking 20 miles trying to get that Jetta from one place to another.
I thought it was better than I had expected.
So I was like, sure, yeah, we'll get it. And towards the end of the negotiations, they actually ended up giving us like $1,000 for that Jetta. So it worked out. It worked out really, really well. Now the car's being worked on, so we would have to come back in a couple of days and pick it up. And we did. I was very excited. I got the car. It looked good. It was great. And then we start to head home. And you were riding in the Flex. I was driving the car.
You were behind me.
And the sun started to go down.
Yeah. And you called me. You go, are my headlights?
The headlights are weird.
Do they look funny to you? And I looked in the rearview mirror. I was like, yep. Your car looks like it has a lazy eye. There was one headlight. It looked like it was drooping. It was like pointed down at the ground. And I was like, oh my, that's embarrassing.
So I had
something else. So,
no, hang on. You're going too far. You're going too far. Now, I had the number in my phone to the salesman. So I gave him a call and I was like, hey, the headlights, one's pointing at the ground, one's pointing at the sky. And he goes, oh, just bring it back in tomorrow and we'll put it in the shop and fix it. Very simply, what probably happened is when they were working on the bumper and putting the bumper back on, they probably they bumped the lights and took them out. So I was like, all right, cool. So we're heading to your parents because we got to go pick up the kids because they didn't go with us.
No, because there was paperwork that had to be signed still.
We get about a mile from your house and a light comes on the dash. And it's like, it looks like a butt. It's like the shape of a butt with an exclamation point down the center, like a crack. And I was like, that can't be good. I didn't want to tell you because I was like, oh no. But I don't know why an ass light just came on in my new car and I'm starting to panic a little bit. So I'm like, what happens when the ass light comes on and is my seat fixing to fly out of the car? Like, I don't know what's happening. And we get to your parents and I think we went inside and then finally I was like, hey, look, I got to go out to the car because there's a light on the dash. I need to figure out what's happening. And I go through the book, I went through the manual and this light, it said, basically, your brakes are malfunctioning. And I was like, wow, death Corolla. Here we go. But actually what happened, we went to this place the next day and the light also we bought a Toyota Corolla and apparently there's sensors in the tires. Mm-hmm. So if you start to leak air or something ain't right, that light comes on. So they put it on this machine. They're like, oh, we're just going to, set your tires straight. You'll be good to go. I was going to leave the car there in the shop. You were coming to pick me up. Well, the sensor never went off when they fixed or, reflated the tires where they should be. Now, this same dealership owns the Honda dealership too. This company owns everything apparently. Mm-hmm. So they call over there and he's like, hey, we got this Toyota over here and this is what's happening with it.
You just said Honda. They do own Honda.
Oh, sorry, not Honda. They do own Honda, but they own the Toyota place too. So they called the Toyota place to ask to speak to one of the people that work on them. They told him what was going on. And the guy goes, oh, you just need to drive it for like a mile and the light will go back off. So the guy goes, okay, I'm going to take your car out, drive it around. Well, the light never went off. Now, this dude came back and he tells me, he's like, well, we own the Toyota place. So what I need you to do is take the car over there. You're going to let them look at it. They're going to hook it up for you. And that's when my brain went.
Well, this same day is the same when you had to take the car back up there.
Yeah.
It's the same day that I had my follow-up appointment for my diagnostic mammogram.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to find out if you have cancer or not.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we said this, but by the way, she doesn't.
Yeah, I'm fine. Good to go. Yeah, so it's right before this appointment, and we're needing to leave to head that way in minutes. And they're wanting you to drive across town to another dealership, and yeah, we're like, no, this is not okay.
So I looked this guy dead in his face, and I said, I just paid X amount of dollars for this vehicle, and now you're telling me I need to take it somewhere and drop it off? No. Y'all gonna take it somewhere and drop it off. Y'all gonna get this fixed. And I said, and not even now. I'm leaving. Because I couldn't stay there anymore because I'm smart enough to know when I get that angry that when I talk, I might not mean what I say. So there you go. A sweet goodbye to the Death Jetta. Rest in peace. Mm. Before we end, I've got one more thing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. It's so good. I can't wait. But first, patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. If you enjoy hearing us blabber on about nonsense and other things, then go to patreon.com. We have a whole lot more there for you. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a sort of like a crowdsource funding thing, but it's an ongoing thing. It's like a tip jar. It's like a digital tip jar. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Do you like the stuff that we've put on there?
I guess so.
We got.
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
We are trying to sell things right now. What are you doing?
Of course I do. It's the best.
It's amazing. Go there, sign up, and you have access, I think, to 17 or so bonus episodes right now. We've expanded the shows that we're going to put on it, so there's a lot more stuff coming. I think, actually, tonight, we may record another episode for that, because we started watching this new show on Amazon Prime called Lorena, the story of Lorena Bobbitt, and it is intense. And I think we want to talk about it. So patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Okay, this is what we're going to end on. I went out of town a couple weeks ago, and someone showed me this video, and I hadn't seen it before. Now, this is a national soccer coach. They're on TV, and this is what he gets caught doing. Are you ready? Here we go. You got to walk us through it, okay? Just tell everybody what you're seeing as it goes.
It's a man.
Okay.
He's pacing. Oh my God, he's sticking his hand into the pants. No, he didn't just sniff his fingers. Oh my God.
For a long time.
Oh my gosh.
It was a really long time. Watch this. Watch this. You see where he's digging now?
He's sticking his hands in his butt crack.
The backside. Oh!
No,
I think he tasted it. There he goes. He's smelling it again. He's got his fingers almost in his nose.
Oh my God.
Look, he's still going at it. Here it is again. Here we go.
What's in his hands?
He picked something out of there. Oh, that was a dingleberry.
No. Nuh-uh.
That's real life.
He got something out, right? He was digging.
He looked at it. He folded it up like it was a piece of trash.
Oh my God.
Okay, I kind of lied to you. I forgot there's one more thing we have to talk about. And then I swear, we'll end it and we'll watch some more Lorena. This is a story from our buddy across the seas, Andrew.
Oh, I love Andrew's
Yes, he
stories
sends us
that
so
he
much good
sends.
stuff. Check this out. Italy. There was a painting stolen. A very famous and worth, just tons of money.
What was it?
I don't know. The painting by, I think, Peter Bruegel, I don't even think that's right, was worth millions, and it's called The Younger. Apparently vanished from a church on Wednesday. Now, here's the best part. A month before it went missing, the police got word of the heist. So they went into this place, had a copy made, and put the copy on display, and then put in secret cameras everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So these people broke in and they
stole the fake, right?
They stole the fake, and now the police have solid video footage.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that great?
Wow. That's so fantastic. It's like justice. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how disappointed you are? When you read the news article, because they haven't found them yet. You read this news article and you're just like, no. Steve, see what you did, man? We going to jail. And it's jail across the seas. Who knows what that's like? It's in England. Don't they have they got kings and dungeons and stuff, right?
Oh my gosh.
Is that too much? Is that too much? Oh, am I wrong? Am I speaking things I don't know about? It happens. You know why? Because it's a comedy show. So you people sending us emails talking about how ridiculous a subject is a comedy show. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.
This has been a Cabcast Studios production. For more episodes and information, visit cabcaststudios.com.